Hello, my friends. My name is Byrd, and I am your curvy sewist. I am back with an amazing fabric and haberdashery, sewing tools, sewing gadgets, fabric sewing gadgets haul today. All right, so I have some good stuff that I've gotten from a couple different places, and the best part is I didn't really pay for any of these. These were all gifted to me. So let's go ahead and get into the goodies. But before we do that, if you have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. If you are part of the family, just go ahead and hit like. And thank you guys so much for being here and welcome back. All right, let's see, where do we want to get started? I'm gonna get started with this big goodie bag. These items were all gifted to me. So I entered a sewing competition challenge on Instagram that was hosted by my very good friend, Johanna, So Very Jo, and I will tag her as well. And it was for a free haberdashery, as they call it, gift bag, or kind of a cluster of different things like a goodie bag from Fabric Mart. So I went on and I entered, and surprisingly, guys, I won. So let me take out the patterns because the patterns weren't part of it. I'll tell you that next. But I got all of these goodies. We're gonna go through them. It's a bunch. So go ahead, grab a cup of tea, sit down. Let's go through all of the goodies. If you have pen and pencil, go ahead and grab it in case there are things that you want. Again, these all came from Fabric Mart. So thank you so much, Johanna and Fabric Mart. The first thing is 30 binding and hemming clips. And this is really handy because this is something I could use. What I love about these are similar to clips you would use in your hair. I think these would work really, really well hemming because you, and I'm just gonna go ahead and open it because I know that I'm going to be using it. What I love about this is you open it, and if you're hemming something, you just put it on and then clip it down versus having to slide it on. So I think this will be, I know that this will be a good addition to my sewing tools here. So those are binding and hem clips, and those are amazing. Now, some of these things, I have friends that are new sewists, and I'm probably gonna gift some of these things to other people. None of it will go to waste. All right, so we grab them all. There appears to be, and I'm opening these for the first time with you guys as well. So forgive my disorganization. We are looking through it all together. All right, so it looks like there is an assortment of sewing machine needles, and you can always use sewing machine needles. These are schmetz, I guess the way that you pronounce them. And we have the, this one doesn't say what type of needle it is. I'm gonna have to look into this because I've never come across this particular one. It says 705 handicap. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on that because I'm really not sure what that means, but thank you. So we have that. Then we have a pack of the Microtex needles. Always need those. Actually, two packs of Microtex. So I will probably gift one pack to a friend. And then we have metallic needles. So I've never had metallic needles, but I do have metallic thread that I like to use on my fob sometimes if I'm doing tiny bit of embroidery. My machine doesn't do full on embroidery, but I can do like my name or some symbols, a little kind of graphic kind of things. So I'm gonna try this because sometimes with a regular needle, your thread can kind of get caught up or break. So really happy to have these. And then we have the half ball cover buttons. These are really good because if you are making something and you just cannot figure out what is the right type of button, not the type, but the color of button, you can always use the fabric that you're sewing with and create your own buttons that completely match your garment. So it's always good to have those. Then I have a couple of the sew on snaps in black and in silver, and these are, I think, the same size. They're both by Dritz. Always good to have those, so that's handy. We have some hook and eyes. Always need these guys for usually when you're closing up kind of skinny leg pants or the top of your dress or something like that. So always need those. braided elastic. This is the really small one. It's the 1/4 inch and I have 3 yards. This is perfect for when I make bonnets because I don't like to use really thick elastic in a bonnet because it kind of cuts into your head. This is also really good for if you need elastic around your sleeves because it's not going to cut into your flesh. It would even work up here. So really happy about that. And then I've never actually worked with these. These are covered hooks. And I think that would be something really cool to add to one of my makes. That's really neat too. And I have a set of 2. I am not nearly done. This was a really amazing gift bag. This came from somewhere else. I'm going to tell you that in a minute. Yarn darners. I don't do really any work with yarn, so I'm going to give this to my sister who works with yarn, and she may know what to do with it. I don't, but it's amazing. We have some T-pins. These are really good as well, especially if you're working with like heavier duty fabric. I have a bunch of these already, so I'm going to go ahead and give those to someone else. Giving is sharing. Giving is love. 4 coat hooks and eyes. I love to make jackets and things like that, so these will be really good for me to have. And those are sew-in. All right, a few more things here. We have a little travel kit, so you can put that in your toiletry kit. So when you're traveling, you have these little scissors and some thread and things like that, and something to help you thread the needle. So this is really handy, and I do a lot of travel, so this will be good for me to drop into my travel bag. Literally, I was in Portugal for my 20th wedding anniversary just a couple months ago, and the button on my denim jacket came off and I didn't have needle or thread. I went into one of the local stores. They were so fabulous and helpful for helping me try to match the buttons on the rest of my jacket. And then of course I had to purchase needle and thread. So this is good to have. A seam ripper, and this is a small one. So getting into those tiny areas, and also depending upon the type of fabric that you are using. I like to get new seam rippers probably once a year. I throw mine away and I buy new ones because they will, the blade, the pointy part, the cutting part of it will actually dull. So I will throw those away. So I will need that. And then we have some big sew-on snaps. This might be good with either bags maybe, I'm not sure. And these are made by Dritz as well. So those are super big. And then 2 more things. We have lingerie straps, slides, and rings. I have been wanting to make bras. I'm a little bit intimidated by the idea of making my own bra because I've shared with you guys in honesty, I am a curvy sewist, and the idea of making a bra that will support me and be what I need is a little bit intimidating. But I met Nikki during the recent Atlanta Frock Tales, and I'll tag Nikki as well. And I'm going to work with Nikki and try to figure out how to make bras that will be supportive for me. And if that's the case, Victoria's Secret, you won't be getting any more of my money. So I'm going to be giving that a try. So this came in a very timely way. So really happy about that. By the way, while I'm talking about Nikki, and I'll tag her as well, August is actually Bragust. It's kind of a theme, and it's an event that she runs during the month of August. So this is perfect timing. And then the last thing that I have is beeswax. And this is supposed to be very helpful so that you don't tangle up your thread when you're doing hand sewing. So I don't do, my dog just walked in the door. I don't do a lot of hand sewing. I honestly will try to avoid hand sewing at all costs, but from time to time, I can't get away from it. So those are all my goodies. Thank you again so much. This little guy, so let me tell you guys a little bit before I get into that. I had the pleasure of attending Atlanta Frock Tales that was hosted by Veronica and other sewists, and it was the first time that I attended Atlanta Frock Tales. And the gift bag that they provided, everybody got to pick their own gift bag, and they had these really great sayings on each of the bags. This one says, "I make dope things." Really cute. I love that. And so this will be really handy for me, so I appreciate it. And inside of the gift bag were a bunch of different things. Now this was in there as well. I already took it out. I'm gonna actually, I have one of these. Actually, I had one, and no, I am getting this confused. My good friend Molly brought this to me. So I shared a room with Molly, and who I do lives on Instagram once a month with different sewists and designers from around the world. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. And so she gave this to me. I'd given mine away, so it's nice to have one of these. And you just peel this off, and this is magnetic. And as you're sewing, it's on your wrist, and you can just put pins and clips there. So that was a gift from Molly. So I got a lot of stuff. I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. But in the goodie bag from Atlanta Frock Tales, there's this little zippered pouch. Again, very handy for a lot of different things. In the zippered pouch, I have a pattern making tape measure, and it's retractable. So you always need those, because when you need those, you can never find it. So that's really great. And then they have this really cute, because the theme was hidden garden, and they provided these really cute little kind of rose covered, and this is a mirror, guys, so this is cute if you want to throw this in your handbag. These are nice. I've been wanting to get these. This little rubber doodad, you put it around your bobbin, and it keeps your bobbin from unwinding. I'm going to need a lot more than this, but I've been wanting to try these, so I'm glad I have one so I could give it a try before I buy a ton. Also in the bag were a few clips. You can always use clips. There were these things, and I hope Ironica looks at this fabric and gadget haul, because I don't know what these are. If you know what these are, drop it down in the comments below, because I don't know. I really don't know what they are. Sorry guys, I don't know. Anywho, that's what we have. Really cute, amazing stuff. So thank you again. Love the little bag. So Atlanta Frock Tales happened on a Saturday. It was the first Saturday in April. Well, on Friday, the night before, for people who had come in early, they had a little bit, sorry about that, my battery seems to be dying in the middle of my fabric haul. Let's hope that we will be able to get through it. Otherwise, I'll have just a brief interruption to go and grab my charger. It's always something with your girl, right? So they had a fabric swap the day before. So on Friday evening, they had little hors d'oeuvres. It was in a sewing center in Atlanta. I will tag that sewing center as well. I just off the top of my head don't remember the name of the sewing center. Very well outfitted. They were very kind folks. We met the owner, and there was a fabric swap. So it was a great little mixer for people that were traveling in, because when you're going to an event like this and you've never met other sewists and you're traveling alone, a mixer like this is really great to kind of help you feel a little bit more comfortable before you go to the main event. So at the fabric swap, I did take some things, but I picked up a couple of things. These were, there were a bunch of patterns that people brought with them. And I picked up McCall's 8350, and everything is happening to me, guys, in the middle of this. I don't know why, but here we go. The allergies are getting to me too. I've been wanting to do not just the blazer, but this waistcoat. This waistcoat right here has been on my sewing list for a while, and I think this is something, depending upon the fabric that you use, that you could use all year round. You could honestly, depending upon the way this is made, you could make it with a funky material that I'm going to show you on it. I'm thinking about, and wear it honestly with just a sports bra underneath in the summer with a pair of shorts or something like that. So I got this free, and I really love that from the fabric swap. I also picked up McCall's 6'9". Oh, guys, allergies full on here. I am sorry about that. McCall's 6959. And McCall's 6959 is it's a wrap dress, has a fitted bodice, inside ties, very similar to what I'm actually wearing today. I just got some photos of it. That's why I'm all dressed up. And it is wrap dress season, guys, with Diane von Furstenberg's dress that was re-released after 50 years. Vogue re-released it. I actually sewed it up. You can find all of the details on my channel as I walk you through it and do a little bit of a pattern review. So wrap dresses are in, so I'm excited to try this, and this is an easy one. I love easy. During the summer months, I really opt for easier patterns. Okay, now for the actual fabric. This is what I have. Let me continue with the fabric swap because I got some really great ones at the fabric swap. I got 2 pieces of fabric from the fabric swap. I got a third, but I was there with Julian and it was like a bamboo knit, really beautiful. He loved it. I was happy to gift it. And he made something out of it already. So this I got from the fabric swap. It is, I washed everything, of course, as soon as I get home. This is from Joann's, I understand, and it is a silky type of fabric. There's no stretch, so it's a woven, but it's very silky. And I think that's gorgeous. What I see making out of it is a gorgeous halter dress that's fitted at the top and very kind of flowy on the bottom. So I think this is a really beautiful piece of fabric, and I'm just really happy that I was able to score this at the fabric swap. And I think I'm going to guess that I have about 3 yards. So really happy with that. And then I was also really happy to score this African American culture type piece. I'm trying to turn it so it's face up and you can see it. There we go. This is a cotton. It is a woven. There's no stretch. I don't know how old it is as far as when it was released by Joann's. Let me get it a little bit closer so you can see that. I like that. I see making probably a dress or a 2-piece lounge set. I'm not really sure yet. If you have some ideas, let me know. But I think this one will be really neat to work with. And this is a lot. I probably have about 5 yards. So if I don't use it all, I will happily gift some of this to a friend. I think it's really, really neat fabric. And I like anything that celebrates my culture. So the last 2 things, on Saturday, the Frock Tales organizers worked with Fine Fabrics in Atlanta, and we had a chance to visit Fine Fabrics. I also have a video of my visit to Fine Fabrics, and I highly recommend that you check it out. Fine Fabrics is, it's huge. It is the largest fabric store I have ever seen, and very, very well organized. Very well organized. I believe that there are a few in Atlanta. I wish that there were some near me. You can find any and everything that you want in that store. There were aisles and aisles. When I say aisles and aisles, guys, I mean like very, very long aisles of zippers. I've never seen so many zippers in my life. You could find everything that you needed, from zippers to trims to buttons to jeans to Ankara to knits, you name it. Just aisles and aisles of it. Very well organized, very nice people working there. So this was the first time I'd ever visited a fabric store that sold Ankara not by the yard, I shouldn't say by the yard, but they were on bulks. Usually you see them pre-packaged in like the 6-yard packaging. These were actually on bulks, and there were probably 2 very long rows of Ankara fabric. So I looked up and down, and I picked up this really beautiful piece with orange, green, and white. And I really, really love this. I am planning to make Lynn wardrobes. Let me grab that pattern. Boom. I am planning to make Lynn's pattern, the top of it, out of this Ankara fabric. And I'm not going to do the pockets because I don't want to disrupt the print here, but I think this is going to be really pretty and popping for the summer. So I'm excited. So I'm excited to use that. And then the last thing that I got, there were lots and lots of denim. And I wanted some dark denim, but denim with a little bit of a stretch, because again, I'm a curvy girl. So when I have on some hugging jeans, I want them to hug, but I also want them to move with me. I want to feel comfortable in them. And I got a couple yards of this very dark, pretty heavy, not super heavy, kind of like, I'm going to say medium to heavyweight denim. And I cannot wait to make something out of them. Honestly, I was really thinking about Lynn's pants. Easy denim, loose fitting kind of pants. I think it would work perfectly. I was thinking that for Lynn's top, I would use my Ankara. I actually picked it up with that in mind. Lynn was there with us shopping. It was so amazing. Lynn Wardrobe's an amazing designer, and she was there with Alexander, who is a tailor, and they have a business out in Pasadena, California, called Sew and Adaptive, where they make clothing accessible for individuals who have disabilities, and they do just incredible work. I'll tag them as well. So I was really picking out these two fabrics with Lynn's pattern in mind, the Ankara for the top, and then for the bottom, I was thinking this very dark denim. So the dark denim for the pants and this for the top. So guys, I am super happy with what I picked up, and I have plans for most of it. Everything that I have was really amazing. I'm incredibly grateful for all of the little goodies that I got from the Frocktails, from Johanna as part of the Fabric Mart giveaway. It's been just an incredibly wonderful month. So that's all that I have for you guys. Remember, if you are new to me, please go ahead and subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button. If you're already rocking with me and part of the family, go ahead and hit the like button, and feel free to share this with other people so I can continue to share sewing content with you, sew-alongs, fabric hauls, and a bunch of other stuff. So really, that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Signing off for now. Bye-bye and happy sewing.